Ladies and gentlemen, your papa is back and alive. And as most of you know on Instagram, I had to get my appendix removed. And I thought I was going to be able to do a video on Friday, but I was like in so much pain. And also because I was really tired and whatnot. So I really couldn't do a video the past couple weeks, but I'm back and I'm alive, obviously. And to start off, coming back, I might as well make a video of, of me just giving a story time of my experience of having surgery. So, without further ado, let's start this off. So, it was a couple of weeks ago. I wake up on a Friday morning. My alarm was on and made that annoying noise while I was having a nice ass dream. So I wake up with back pain. But I assume it was because I laid funny or something. So it's like I just walk it off and just went on with my day, had coffee, had breakfast, and then I went to school. And during that time when I was in school, which was in my medical terminology class, I was experiencing a lot of back pain, like it wasn't going away. So, after that class was over, it was lunchtime. So, I decided that I cannot take any more of this back pain, so I decided to go to the nurse's office and lay down on the bed and whatnot. You know, maybe laying down will help the pain a bit. And she also gave me a hot water pad thing or something. And so I put that on my back, and after a few minutes and so, I felt a lot better. So then, it was around that time, it was getting close to my next class, which was anatomy. So I did not have any lunch, so I was kind of mad about that. Sorry, my throat's sore. And so I went to anatomy class, and then as I sat there, being bored out of my mind with anatomy, I started having extreme stomach cramps. And it really, really hurt. I assume it was maybe, I don't know, maybe because I was hungry or something. I thought it was because of that. But, it felt like a lot more painful than just hunger. So, I went to the nurse again. And when I went to the nurse again, the nurse was concerned because I came back now experiencing stomach cramps. And so she called my mother to come and get me, and as a loving mother that my mom is, she automatically got out of work and drove to my school to pick me up, and my mom took me to the hospital to get checked up and whatnot or something to see what's up. And so, during in that time of getting checked up, I had experienced a lot of first time things. First off, starting with getting my blood taken, and also having an IV in my arm, and having a CRT scan. It was amazing. Getting your blood taken out of your vein. It wasn't great. It was terrible. I'm a sensitive kid, man. I rarely get sick, so this was a first time experience for me. Which is a good thing that I barely get sick, because, I might live 1,000 years old. So, got my blood taken, got an IV in my arm, and when I got that IV in my arm, I was afraid to bend my arm, because I was afraid the IV thing would get more deeper into my arm, and it would blood splatter or something. I don't know. It scared me. All right, I'm not used to that type of stuff. I'm pretty sure you people out there that have had hospital stuff happen to you, I'm pretty sure you guys are used to that stuff, and you're just whatever. Well, me, I never experienced it, so can't really say much. Okay, so let's talk about the CRT scan here. Or not CRT, CAT scan. Sorry, not CRT. What's CRT? Sorry. I'm kind of out of my mind. A CAT scan, alright? It's a CAT scan. So, anyways, after getting the CAT scan, during the CAT scan, I had to get, like, more contrast injected inside of me so that way they can check up on me. I also drank some before I had to go in there. And when I got that stuff inside me, it was weird. Like, I felt like I had to pee, and it's like I had like a metallic taste on my lips or something. I mean, they told me before it was gonna happen, but it still was like it it was weird. And then it's like as soon as it got inside me, sorry. And as soon as it got inside me, I almost threw up, and luckily I did not. It was just my body not reacting well to the stuff. And after that was done, they had to take like 45 minutes to see like, hey yo, what's up with my body. So it's like they put me back in the room, and my mother saw me just shaking my body like I was having a freaking seizure, because my god, it was like, because your body doesn't really like that stuff, you know? I also started crying too, because it was like, it was pretty traumatic for me, alright? There's a lot of people that go through worse shit, but it's like, this is like the worst for my experience so far. So, after 45 minutes later, the doctor came in, and I assumed it's like I was probably gonna get the flu, or maybe I have poop issues or something. I don't know. It was something. I thought it was gonna be something like that. But no. What threw me off is what he said was my appendix was getting close to bursting, and they had to do surgery now to remove the thing. And so, with a person that's never had surgery in his life before, I started freaking out and crying because I thought this was going to be the last day I live on Earth. Because, in my experience with people who had surgery, they're not very happy people, or they die. That's why I always thought it was. Like, surgery was like, you're gonna die or something. It's like, not all surgery's like... something like that. That's why I thought it was like, I was going to die. But obviously I'm here, so I did not die. And during that time when I was freaking out and crying, my dad walked in after he was done with work to see how I was doing. And obviously it was kind of embarrassing. So, as I was freaking out, my mother, who had her appendix removed before, was saying, it's not that bad. It's okay. But no, I was long gone. I was thinking about the stuff I had never done ever in my life, you know, had a girlfriend, ever had sex. Haven't done that. So, I was pretty useless. I done nothing in my life, so it made me freak out more. And also, during that time, I calmed down a bit, as much as I can. I was still freaking out, though. And then, like, the surgeon came in, I think it was, like, probably 30 minutes later, and he's, like, talking to me and whatnot. And he's like saying what he's gonna do, like where, here, and where, and whatnot. And like during the time he was talking, the way he talked, it was like, you know, like in horror movies, like there's like the crazy surgeon guys, and they're like kind of creepy, and they like taking organs out and whatnot. He had that type of vibe to him, which scared me even more. I was scared of him, which made me worse. He was like kind of creepy, like. But he just, I think it was just because I was paranoid and stuff. So I don't think he really meant no harm. Well, I don't think he did. I'm alive, so, you know, I don't think he's really creepy after having surgery. So, after that, then like a few more minutes later, the people were like, hey, yo, we gotta take you into the operating room and whatnot. And so they did. And, during that, there was, like, this one guy who was, like, taking me there. He was, like, talking to me and whatnot. And he was very nice. He actually made me calm down, like, from what I was experiencing, because I was really scared. And he calmed me down very well, so I gotta give him props to that guy. I forget his name. I think he was kind of a ginger and whatnot. But hey, yo, he was a cool guy. And there's like other people that were like talking to me and whatnot. You know, talking to me casually. They were really nice, and they calmed me down very much. And then the anesthesi- anesthesiologist, is that what, I can't say it. The drug guy, you know, the dude that puts the drugs in you into the IV. So he got that. And as soon as I got that stuff inside me, I was like, when does this stuff kick in? And then as soon as, like, in the middle of the sentence I was saying, I then felt it. I'm like, when does this stuff kick in? Oh. And then I started just, like, laughing my ass off for some reason. I was like, ha ha ha, oh my god, it feels so great. I will say, those drugs really work because I was not worried after all of that. I was just laughing my ass off, and I don't know, everything was funny. Everything was so funny to me. I'd never been high before, and that stuff really works. It really works. So then they took me in the operating room. I think one lady said, like, do you need a blanket? And it was cold in there. And I said in my drugged up mind there, I said, duh. And they were all laughing and whatnot. And then, like, they put the mask thing for me to not get knocked out. I'm, like, laughing during breathing, like, and then, like, it was so weird. So, like, after that, like, when I was breathing, then, like, 1 second later, I wake up. I just wake up. Like, it was like a movie scene. It's like I just skipped, like, a bunch of stuff that happened. It was like 1 second later, and like wake up, and I'm like, ugh. So like when I wake up, I open my eyes slowly. I'm groaning, and I'm swearing, very muffledly, because I'm somehow laying on my belly too. I'm like, ugh, fuck, ugh. I was pretty drugged up, as you can, I'm as you can tell. Well, I don't know, you can tell. Anyways, so the people like walked to me and they were like, "Hey, yo, are you okay? Or are you all right?" I was like, I could not really talk. I was just saying a bunch of swear words because my head really hurt, my shoulders really hurt, and obviously my belly and my abdominal area really hurt. I was hurting all over. And so like they kind of like they were talking to me, asking me questions like to make sure it's like how drugged up I was, I guess. They were like, where are you at? And like, what's your name? And like, when's your birthday? And I answered I'm at the hospital. My name is Andrew Lomax, because that's my name. But it's like when they got to the birthday part, I had like the, you know, those bracelets that you have on, like to tell who you are. I kept reading like the bracelet of like what my birthday was. I somehow couldn't figure out what my birthday was. I had to read the bracelet to know, like. It's so funny. I kept doing it every time they asked me that question. And so after they kind of like turned me around a bit, they took me into a hospital room where my parents were, and they were smiling and whatnot. You know, I really couldn't tell, but I didn't really remember much of that stuff. But from what my parents told me, I asked like, so they asked me the same questions again. I kept reading the bracelet of my birthday and whatnot because I somehow couldn't figure out my own birthday still. And then like the nurse like asks a question, and from what my parents told me is like I asked this question. It was like, will I be able to masturbate again? And so the nurse goes like, what? And then my parents are like, yeah, you can. You're good. Cause I mean that's what my parents did. So, man, I was drugged up, so I didn't really have a stable mind, obviously. So I had to stay overnight, obviously, because I obviously couldn't walk. So during that time, my parents stayed for a few hours. Then like late at night, they went home, and so I was there by myself. I went on my phone and kind of watched TV, and the nurse checked up on me, checked on my vitals and whatnot. And what I watched on TV was just nothing but a bunch of ridiculousness. It's all I used to watch like all the time when I had TV at my mother's house. But I don't really watch it anymore. I watch it every once in a while, but I don't watch it as much because I have the internet now. I can just watch porn on YouTube. Anyways, so during that night, I could barely sleep at all, mainly because of the amount of pain I was in on my shoulders, my belly, and my head. And also my head was very hot. I assume maybe because of the drugs or also because I experienced a traumatic experience. I have no idea about that. And also because of the fact, like, the nurses kept checking on me. Like if I was sleeping, they wake me up during the middle of it. And it's like, well, what's the point of sleeping then? So during that, I couldn't sleep at all. I think I, like, slept at 4 a.m. to, like, 8 a.m. So I slept for, like, 4 hours. My mother walked in and at 8 in the morning. They woke me up and whatnot. And I think like probably at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. they said I could go home, and I did. And so during that time, I just laid in my bed, walked some because I had to walk to heal myself some more. Took a bunch of drugs, and yeah. And luckily, I somehow got lucky with this, but it's like during that week I was healing. There was a big snowstorm, so I had a bunch of snow days. So I really wasn't behind that much work. There was a couple days that were like open and whatnot. So I did have to do some work like the next week I came back. So yeah, that's about it with this story time. I just wanted to tell you guys how my experience was with getting surgery and whatnot. And after going through that, luckily I went through that. I always talk to this about my mom all the time. It's like I wish I could have had like operations done when I was a kid, because I knew like if I was ever gonna have a surgery in the future, I knew I was going to be very scared. It was like when you're a kid and you're not very aware of, like, what's going on, like you kind of like get used to like what's gonna happen, and you're like, okay, I'm used to this. It's fine. So I unfortunately didn't have that experience when I was a kid. And I guess in a way it's a good thing. And I guess in a way it's a bad thing because I'm more of a pussy. But, I'm a sensitive guy. But who cares? Anyways, guys, that's it for this video here. Sorry if this story time lasted kind of long. It was kind of boring. But I decided to just share my experience on here on the interwebs here. So that's it for this video here. I'm back, and I'll be making more videos. Don't worry. I ain't dead. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video here. If you liked it, like it, comment, subscribe. I don't care. Like, I'm tired. And it's a snow day today here, so I'm gonna go back to bed or play some more Rainbow Six Siege. I'm gonna get into that game, boy. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. My name is Andy Box, and I'm out.